Hey guys, and welcome back to a new game on the channel called Rush Royale, and this is a reasonably new game that is sort of a mix between, the interface is like from Clash Royale, but the rest of the game is kind of like a tower defense game. It's also very similar, I think, to another game called Random Dice, and it's pretty fun. I've been playing it for a little while now, so I thought I would put some on the channel because I was having a lot of fun with the game. It does have a pretty random aspect to it as well. Anyways, today we're going to be doing a chest opening as well as a couple of matches that I had that were pretty fun. And the chest opening is going to be a large part of the chests in my battle pass, including several of the highest tier chests, which should include some legendary cards. So I'm pretty excited about that. And as you can see here, one of the most popular cards that I like to use is the one that you see, it's an orange circle. It's called the Engineer, and if you link those together, then they will do extra damage. So from a tower defense perspective, if you combine the towers, two of the same type, then it will grow into a stronger tower. However, the tower you get is randomized, and that does annoy a lot of people because it's hard to know. It's hard to know exactly what you're going to be getting, but that also adds a different strategy aspect to it because it means you often need to conserve mana in order to counter, that random aspect of the game. So in case you need to upgrade something else, or in case a boss changes your towers, because the bosses do that, some of them anyways. So basically you play a timed round, and then there's a boss round. And the bosses have different effects that I might go through in a different video, but basically they are much stronger. And so your castle, I guess I would call it your castle, your portal has it's a castle. It has 3 sort of health points, and for each troop that goes in, you're going to lose 1, and if a boss goes in, you lose 2. And if you lose all 3, obviously you lose the match. So there's definitely some strategy I found around keeping the troops very cornered at the spawn point. And that's what I'm trying to do here. As you can see, I linked the engineers together and got that bonus. You can see the sort of golden little spinning disc things. That means that well, it happens when 6 or more of them are connected, and they're getting a big bonus. So I focused exclusively here somewhat on leveling up the engineer, and they are doing work for me in this match. My opponent has some out as well. But overall, I think my setup in this match was better. There is still a significant luck component to it, and I'd say that's the one downside with this game, although it's a very fun game. I really enjoy a lot about it, and it seems to be getting updated reasonably regularly. I'd have to check on that again, but oh, look at this. Really did a great job there connecting the dots with those engineers, and you can see I'm leading my opponent by a fair margin here, and they still have to survive another 17-16 seconds until the boss Bedlam comes out. So you can just keep going with these bosses for a number of rounds in case neither player gets through the initial waves. And the big thing about it is that with the waves with lots of troops in them, like, you have to have good sort of like fast towers, and then with the boss ones, you either have to have a lot of damage from the fast towers, or you have to have some such as the sharpshooter, which is the yellow one, and it does more sort of single shot damage that can be very useful against bosses. So this match was really going onwards here. And we're on to the next round. The boss will be Warlock if we get there. Warlock doesn't do too much. Warlock just destroys a couple of your towers if you let it get all the way around the map. It just randomly picks one at a time and destroys them. But it's not too bad compared to some of the other ones. At least it doesn't totally mess up what you did. So, what you've built. And that's the end of that good game. That was a pretty nice victory. So, time to open up the chests here. I have a bunch of them from the Battle Pass, the Season Pass. And then I also have some from Climbing and Trophies. And some of them are guaranteed to have legendary cards as far as I can tell. So I'm really excited. I'm really hoping for the legendary, I think it's called Boreas. And it looks like another archer. So there I get Frost, you can see. I got 500 Sharpshooter, which is pretty nice. Okay, some other stuff. Engineer, that's a good one to get more of. Because I think Engineer, it's one of the better non-legendary card strategies in the game. Although it does seem to be a little hit or miss, because if I don't get the Engineers linked together, then I usually lose to certain other strategies. So you can see here all the stuff we have to open, so I'm just going to go through and open them. If you're new to this game, you're not going to know what all of these cards are, but you will find out shortly, since I will be playing with them. And already pulling some epic cards from the chests. And I thought the Battle Pass was pretty worth it if you're playing a lot of matches, just because you get gold from it as well, and the gold in the shop is very overpriced. So playing matches and getting gold from the Battle Pass is a much, much better value as far as I could tell. So the Priestess, I almost have her available to be upgraded as well. That's a big upgrade, like 4,000 gold. Ooh, new legendary card, let's go. I don't know what that one does, but it looks pretty interesting. I was hoping to get some new legendaries. Unfortunately, one of the ones I got was Frost, which was a duplicate. And I haven't found Frost to be like super useful. It looked like a really good card, but I found its effect to be not quite as powerful. Oh, Shaman. Nice. So, like, almost back-to-back brand new legendary cards. So the Shaman, basically, it looked like when you combine them, it destroys randomly one of your opponent's towers. It downgrades one of your opponent's towers randomly, and if it's already at rank 1, it just destroys it, I think. That's how that works. Or just destroys it. We'll have to check. But I'm already getting some good stuff out of here. I've already gotten 2 new legendary cards, plus Frost, which was a duplicate. And I don't think I have any other legendaries, but still, I'd say that was pretty worth it. And Priestess is ready to be upgraded, but that is a big upgrade, so I'm saving gold. I have enough, but I'm just trying to make sure I have enough for whatever strategy I decide I want to do, as I'm still kind of learning which strategies might be some of the better ones besides the Engineer, because I do know the Engineer strategy is very good. And anything else cool? More Priestess. And Wind Archer, that's another card I've liked to use in my strategy. So now I could upgrade Wind Archer. The Wind Archer is cool because it sort of goes into this hurricane mode where it can like spew off a ton of arrows very fast, and it can be very good for clearing lots of the trash mobs. So there are the legendaries that I'm missing, you can see. And let's jump back into another match. Let's see what boss we'll get this time. We're going to get Warlock. And again, as I said, Warlock will destroy a couple of your towers randomly. But Warlock doesn't come out first. First, we get the sort of trash mob wave. And this is where it's good to have turrets that will shoot fast to get these guys down quickly. Because it's easiest to contain them, it seems, at the sort of starting line. Once they kind of make it towards the final corner, it becomes very, very difficult to slow them down, even if you upgrade, unless you're making significant upgrades. So you can see right there, I combined my Priestess, and when you combine them to upgrade them, they will give you bonus mana. So that is why Priestess are very, very popular cards, very popular towers to use in decks, because they can give you a mana advantage if you get lucky. But if you get unlucky like I just did right there with that tier 3, I don't usually upgrade too many tier 3s. So more than likely that Priestess will simply... I'm stuck with that tier 3 Priestess, more than likely. So that's unfortunate, because I usually don't even upgrade the Priestess. I did in this case because I could see I was going to be stuck with it, but usually I don't even invest any resources on that. And you can see here, I really could use some other cards. Luckily, I was able to actually get another tier 3 Priestess. Very lucky. And then get a tier 4 Engineer, which is a great tower. So that really paid off, and you can see just barely able to save this. If I'd gotten a tier 4 Priestess, I think I would have lost on this round. So got quite lucky there. And we're holding off these numbers okay. So now Warlock is going to come up here, and you'll see Warlock's ability takes out our guy in the middle there. And now that wasn't too bad. We didn't take too much damage to the Warlock. So let's see how the next round is going to go. I think we have a better setup than my opponent, just by virtue of having the tier 4 Engineer. That is a very good tower. It's a very good tower, but it would benefit more from having other Engineers around it. So if we can combine some of these Wind Archers, maybe we'll do that. And I combined those and got another Wind Archer. So I've gone balanced with the upgrades, upgrading the Wind Archers as well, because I have 2 tier 2s, which is kind of enough to justify upgrading it. So I think I'm in decent shape on this match. I kind of just need to keep putting some more towers out there. The towers around the edges are typically a bit better because they have less distance to shoot to reach the target. So it allows them to kind of, get more shots on the target just by virtue of the distance it has to go. So would like to get some moved up a little bit. But now I've got tier 4 tier 2 Wind Archers. So that's should be good enough, I would think, to win, combined with the tier 4 Engineer. At this point, I'm not going for the Engineer Link because I only have 1 out there, and it's too late game for that. So I should have this, but it's pretty close. Oh man, guys, this is going to be pretty close. And who's going to win? Oh, I came up with the win. Let's go. So leave a like if you enjoyed, maybe subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you guys soon with more awesome videos and some more Castle Crush 2.